Right, so we've got Xstation installed on an SCPH, is it 555? No, it's 5502. And this one's got the PU-18 main board in it. So we've got this kit. Unfortunately, I've got one that's it's come broken, but I think shouldn't be a problem. Should be able to fix it. Couple of little traces. I've had this before with them where they've snapped off. They've just come and like pre-snapped. So how does that go? I think that goes like that, and then yeah, like that. So start stripping this down. I've already taken the drive out of this. I think it were in a previous video where we're trying to get them, see how many we could get working. I'll do this quick strip down of this. So there's 3 that hold on the this RF shield. I can't get that out, but I'll get that out when we take the board out. It might be a little bit tight, but they'll just come off like that. And then we've just got 5 screws at the back here that hold the board in. The tinware looks a little bit corroded in this, so I'll probably give this a little bit of spray, but on probably not on video. Can we get that screw out that's in there? I got the other screw, and I'll put the base to one side. We'll start on this. Now I just get rid of this because I'm more than likely doing a HDMI mod on this as well, so that needs that taken off. So I don't need it. Don't really do much. It's just a bit of RF shielding. So the next bit we're going to be looking at is this IC701 here. We just have to lift some pins on that. Right, what I like to do is flip it upside down just to make it a little bit easier. A little bit easier for me to get to these pins here. So the first one is pin 80. Where are my tweezers? There they are. You could just go out and pin 80. Heat that pad up. Just gently push it out. Try not to add too much pressure because you can just end up pulling the pin up. Using the tweezers to manipulate it. There we go. This is a little bit easy under a microscope. But I'll show how easy it is to do without it. So we'll miss one pin out now. So we'll go from 81 to 82. Sorry, we'll lift 80 and then we'll go to 82 there. I'll just pull that out. And I just like to run this underneath. Make sure that's out and pull that to the side. And then another thing I like to do is just go over the pad again and heat it up just to make sure that I haven't like flicked any solder across and bridged anything, because it makes it all shine back up again. So then we want its neighbour. So that'll be 83. Pull that one up. Just need to be real careful you don't accidentally pull up the pin next to it. It's probably better with like a little pin or something like that to do it. I've just gotten used to using these tweezers now. I have to make sure I've got the right one because one side of it's sharper than the other. I've just sort of nudged that a bit. I think it's okay. Right, so now we've got to miss 2 out and we have one more pin. That's this guy here. Let's pull that out. There we go. I'm just not keen on that. I think I've nudged that across. Just see if I can push it. Oh yeah, I think that's got it. My eyes aren't great. Your eyes may be better than mine. And then an easy way to remember this one is you go to this last trace, you miss one out, and then it's the next one here. Again, try not to smash everything up, just neatening that up, making sure that's straight. Just heat that little pad up again. There we go. Right. Turn it this way, just make it a bit easier for me. And then we've got, so I'm just going to do a bit of an angle like that. So you miss, so counting down from 50, you miss 3 pins and then you've got 3 to take out. This can be a little bit tricky because you've got that capacitor there. But what's nice about this is once you've got that 1 pin out, it gives you a bit more space to get at the other 2. You can just sort of get them all together. Try not to break any connections, traces. I've made a bit of a pig's ear of this, bear with me. It's just stuck together a little bit. There we go. And then just straighten these back out again. Right, the instructions say we should insulate these. I tend not to do that because I've not had an instance where it's been an issue, but basically get some insulation tape and run it underneath. The reason why I don't do it, because it's always really fiddly and I've never got it to stick down and stay down. So I tend not to bother with that part of it. If anyone's ever had any issue with that, please let me know. But I haven't. Just don't see how these would. What I'm doing now is I'm just making sure that these are got enough space in between them. They're not going to short out against each other. That's it. Yeah, I mean, if you broke these pins off by accident, you know, it's not the end of the world. It just means that you can never reverse the mod. I think that's the reason why you just want to keep them pins up and keep them straight. Right, so next bit is on the other side of the board. So you want to find this point here, the first bit. Try zoom in a bit more. Right, and we take something to just take off a little bit of the solder mask. So I just use a end of a file. And just be careful you don't take any copper away underneath, but just take away that top layer of solder mask. and stick a bit of flux on there, get a solder, find the end of a solder, and just stick a little bead of solder on that. Go. Right, and then the next point is over here. Let's try and get that framed up a bit better. Yeah. We just want to do the same on this one. Try not to take any of the solder mask off this grounding plane around it, because it's easy to cause a short here. I've done that before, where I've been soldering it on and there's been a little bit of a gap and it's got onto that grounding plane. So just be real careful just to make sure you're only removing the material off that via. Let's stick a bit of that on. There we go, just a little bead on there. Right, and the last bit of prep before we go to the QSB is removing a resistor from the clock. So down here, you just want to remove, sorry, that resistor there. So what I do is heat one side. Oh, it's come off. There we go. Easy. I'm going to say I like to heat one side and then the other side, and then it just seems to come off. So that's that bit prepped. Right, I've just had a look, and there's 3 traces on there that need connecting back up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try do it this way. Attach this, attach the QSB on this side first. Attach that side, and then fix the traces afterwards. I think that's going to be the easiest way of doing it. Just try and zoom in so you got a better view of that. Right, I'm going to start on this point here. I can't remember. I think this one's for the reset. Yeah, I think this is a reset line. This is power. So if you ever get in a one where there's absolutely no power on it, I'd have a look at this point. What you can do as well is, this is your 8-volt rail here. You can run a line from there to there. If you're just still getting absolutely no power, test it with a multimeter between here and here. And in worst case scenario, you can run a line to there. You know, just to test if there's not something funky going on with like a bad fuse or something. Right, let's get that kind of aligned up, and we'll stick some solder on there. Get a little bit of it going, and then sort of maneuver it, push it down a little bit. I think we need to go across. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to get that top corner there now. Actually, whilst I'm at it, I'm just going to put flux on all the solder points, save a bit of time. Actually, in spirit making things easier for ourselves, One thing you want to do as well is just try and make sure that there's a good bond between the pad underneath and the top blob. With it being a QSB, it can look like it's connected and you've got this little sphere of solder on there, but you haven't actually got a connection at all. Right, I'm going to do this one where it's broken. It's snapped right across, but I might come back to it and use that as part of anchoring for it, some anchorage. Right, I'm going to do this one that's got power for the power. I might have done it a bit too low down. We'll test that and see if we've got a good connection. These where I can actually get to the pads. I'm heating the pad underneath up and then adding material on top. Then I know that I've got the best chance of it flowing in between. Like that. I might put a bit more material on that. There we go. And these I like to just put the solder to the bottom and then push the tip all the way down and make sure there's a little sphere on top when it's finished. These are the ones I don't really trust. It's sort of hard to see if you've actually got a decent connection. I'll do that. Just repeat the process all the way around. Right. I'll just put a bit of blob on that. Oh, I'm sorry, you missed them little bits. I didn't move it across. Sorry about that. Yeah, just repeated the process around all the way around for there. And then just stick a blob on here. So that's prepped. Right, let's get that other little broken bit and see if we can sort it out. It's kind of a little bit fiddly. Maybe I should have left this little pad until later, because I don't... Oh yeah, that's it. As soon as I've done that, it's moved into place. Tell you what, let's get another anchor point on there and then we'll come back to that little bit. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I don't want to move it out of place. Let's stick a bit more of this on here. Alright, let's get that one in. There we go. Flip it back around. Get these other couple of points sorted, and we'll tackle those broken traces. Right. Let's have a look, see if we can get into them traces. Probably best to do this with a microscope, but I'm going to try and do it with my human eyeballs. Let me just clean it up a little bit so we can see it. Right, new plan. I'm just going to run wires right to the connector. I think that's our best bet. So if I just check, see, I put a bit of stuff down there anyway. This second one along this point here, and that's that. So we just need to run a little cable from there to there. Isn't it kind of long, but it'll be fine as long as it works. I'm okay with it. Probably do it shorter and a bit neater, but I don't want this video to be like really long. Right, we'll get an idea where it is. The third one on there. Just remove this other little wire that I was trying before to get a connection. Oh, why struggle? Why struggle? Just make it easier for yourself. It'll look neat to the other way, but because you end up spending hours on it, trying to get it perfect. I've no doubt that some people are better at repairing them here, being able to get that, being able to fix them traces right at that bit. But I'm trying to be practical. There's just a couple of little signal wires. I mean, the original, before they had the QSBs, everything were hand wired in anyway, so that's my excuse. Just cut this, it could be shorter. Right, we'll just get that in there. Is that good enough, really? I feel like we could push it in. Yeah, that's good enough, though. What are the chances of this working straight away? Not amazingly high. But we're trying. We are trying. Right, so that goes to there. Bleep, please. Oh, it's that one, isn't it? That should marry up to that, so why is that not done? Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, happy with that. And I would like to just check this, which is this one. Right, let's get a signal wire across. I thought I had a wire ready for this. Oh well, let's use a bit more of this black stuff. This black wire. I don't know why it's not stripped very well with my little wire stripper. Alright, so we just need to get it. I'll give it a zoom in. Give just this wire cutter another chance to cut this, to strip it, and it's not doing it. It's just making it really short. It's just cutting it. Maybe it's just too fine a gauge for it. I bet that's too short now. It might be just perfect length if I can cut it right with this. Just use these wire strippers. Right, let's see if I can wreck this. Get it facing it. Is it too short? It's too short. Is it? Will it reach it? Can I cheat? Should I cheat? I can cheat. I'm just stretching it across. Right, see where we took that resistor off, you just move it up. There's like a little pad just above it. And that's where we put this connection. So there we go. Couldn't get more. I don't think you could get that closer. There we go. Yeah, we'll put some of that solder mask, liquid solder mask stuff back on top of that, but we've got to check it first, make sure it works. So let's get the ribbon cable and get this back together a little bit. Right, so you just want to make sure before you start putting it back together, just to get this in, because this. Right, I've just got my test lid. I'm just going to leave it outside before we reassemble it more. Get that in. Plug this into my telly. The end, there we are. That plugged in. TV on. Where's the? Oh, we got that there. Right. See what this does. Black screen. That's a good sign. We've got no light on this. So, what did I say before? That means no power. So let's have a look at them power contacts. I'm just going to test the power here across this. It has got a connection there. Is it a good connection? And ground. We've also got ground. What's this one in there? I have had it before where this has looked like a good connection, but it's not worked. So I'm going to try. You know, like I said, I wasn't happy with that. Let me, let's just get a bit across from there to there. We can basically run a cable straight from that 8 volts to that pin. See if we get anything out of it. So we're using this, just this point on the 8 volts. Connect this in. Now I've done it to the pin before, but I want to see what happens if I just do it to here. Right. Does that give us some life now? All I want to do is just see if we got a blue light. This is good because we get to go through the troubleshooting. Ah, blue light now. Right. Let's get that screen plugged in and see what happens. Right, here we go. That's good. Do we get proper boot of the Xstation? Nice. Right, that looks good. I'm just going to plug in a controller and just make sure everything loads correctly. But that's looking good. Can I just do that now, actually? No, because I'll just mess that up. Right, bear with me. Right, what I'm looking for now is I just want to make sure everything loads up correctly, because we've had them test points. And getting to this point doesn't always mean it's working correctly. I've had it before where there was one point that wasn't connected properly, and we'd even load this demo up and it all looked like it was working, but when it sat on the screen and it went to load the next portion up, it just froze. I'm not sure what that line was. I mean, all this is looking good so far. I just want to make sure I can get into a menu. Yeah, this is looking good. Can we boot a game up real quick? Yeah. Right, I'm happy with that. Let's get some solder mask on that board. For a brush, I use one of these Q-tips and I just cut it at an angle like this so you get a little sharp point. This stuff's horrible if you get on your hands or anything. I like to use as little of it as possible. I've already got it on my hands. I like to use as little as possible, so you just get a little bead on top. And get this. And then just dab it. Dab it all over there. It's just going to add a little bit of strength as well to some of these points. Just get a nice coating over all that lot. There we go. Then put that on something you want to throw away because it'll wreck it. I got this cute little, because this stuff's UV cure, I've got this little nice little UV lamp. You just give that a minute. Oh, what, I don't know how long it takes. It's 30 seconds or something. Just realised this would be an appalling thing to record. Do you want to watch some paint dry? Right, that's that done. We've got all that. That's all nicely cured. It's all, I won't say it looks like new because it doesn't, but everything works, so that's good. We're going to quickly put it back together. I will be taking this apart again and giving it like a nice proper cleaning it, plastics, like a nice bath. But just for the purpose of getting this video out there, I'm just going to quickly throw it back together. So we've got our 5 screws at the top. So basically, what's good about PlayStations, I think a lot of them do it. Can't remember if Xbox do it or not. Is you get these arrow. If you see an arrow and they're into screwing it, it needs a screw in it. Basically, so I know that at this level, any of these little arrows, are supposed to be screwing it before I go on to the next bit of putting it back together. Yeah, so this one I'm going to put a HDMI mod in it as well, so I'll do a video on that later. I'll pull it all back apart again. Right, so you want to thread this up through this bit. There we go. And then, using these arrows again, one, two, just throwing the screw over there. And 3. It's good to test it once you've got all the metal working as well, because you can have it short out. On the back. Sometimes that wire, if you've made that wire too long that goes between the QSB and that point for the clock, if that gets trapped in the shielding, it can cause it to not boot, because I've done that. So it's good. Well, it's always good practice just to make sure everything works after you put it together anyway, but if you put it all back together and something's not working, it's likely that something's shorted against the metal shielding, is what I'm trying to say. We'll just put these 2 parts in. Let's do little plastic moulded parts. You can 3D print these as well. I was 3D printing them for a while, but they stopped selling the ones without the things. Right, the screws are in a little box somewhere, but the main parts of it are put together. So I'm just going to do this a quick test now, see if it works, and we'll say that that's good. Let's turn telly on. Yeah. Right, yep, that's all booting up. Looks to be all working properly. So that's Xstation install. If you like this stuff, give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe as well. Comment if you like. I'm going to do more videos like this. There's more like modding stuff. I've just finished a video where I've started doing an LCD screen mod where I put an LCD screen in here like on the PS1 that made it all go out. I'm going to do some more videos on that once I get the audio stuff for it, the speakers and a little amp. Yeah, I think of doing more case mod stuff, Dreamcasts, any other suggestions. Yeah. So yeah, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Catch y'all later.